Good evening. Welcome to WeatherFans Live here on Thursday, the 28th of December 23, and it's our last one for this year.
It certainly is, and it's been an eventful one at that as well. It's been really eventful these last couple of days. All thanks to
Especially the
Storm
last 24 hours.
Especially the last 24, yeah. I'm just currently trying to download a video that someone sent me from Wakefield of the thunderstorm that's just passing over there. Hello to Rachel.
We'll take a look at the latest actually in just a moment.
Yeah. Do you want to bring the latest from that? Well, I don't know if it's been properly confirmed yet, but the potential tornado that was in Stalybridge last night.
Yeah, if you just give me a moment, what I'll do, I'll just currently bring up the latest radar from NetWeather. I'm just have a bit of a zoom in.
I was going to say I'm actually logged into the Toro forum, so if that helps, I can go on to there.
Yeah. So guys, just bear with me. I'm just getting the screen set up there. Let's.
No worries.
Hello to Rachel who's watching.
Howdy doody.
I'm just trying to find.
Yeah, I believe she's one of the folk from Gav's channel.
Yeah, let's put that on full screen there. Thank you for joining us. We used to do a live on Thursday, but after a bit of a short break in the autumn, we decided to just do it on a Sunday. But as Sunday falls on New Year's Eve, we decided to do it a little bit earlier this year, just this week. After tonight, unless a major weather event happens, and this will be our last live until next Sunday.
It will indeed.
Just if you're watching on Facebook, if you're not connected to StreamYard, please just put your name at the end. So hello, people from the Facebook user. That's all I've got on here at the moment. This what comes up if you're not. Yeah, if you're not signed to StreamYard, what I get up on my screen is just, which you can see on the screen, there's a Facebook user.
Yeah.
Unless you're on YouTube as well. If you're on YouTube, signed to YouTube, like Rachel there, your name will automatically come up. And yes, she's from Gav's channel. Thank you for joining us again, Rachel.
I remembered from last week. Right, I'm just going to mute it a minute because the sound from the video might come through, so I'll be back in a sec.
No worries, no worries. So what I'll do, just let me go on to, just quickly flick over to Facebook a second. So it's Will that says hi, people. So good evening to you, sir. Could be anyone on Facebook. Yeah, the only way I can level look is if I click into the tab there. So it just involves me going back and forth, which I can't always do when we're interacting on the what do you call it, screen share just there. So let's have a look at the latest radar. So just go on to there. Just double check them on full screen there. Where's my tab? There we go. So this is the latest radar, which you find at netweather.tv. We use different ones from time to time on here. So last time I heard was a thunderstorm come around through the Leeds Bradford area. So this will be in association with this clump just here. So yeah, this is going to hello. It's going through Leeds. It's a bit of a scorch onto that.
Yeah, there was hail in it as well, actually. I've just downloaded the video. I'm just going to see if I've had any more sent through from the radio group chat. No.
So I'm just going to change the tab and get to more of a high resolution. Just clicking onto windy.
Okay.
Share this tab instead. There we go. So let's click in, and what we're looking at is this band just here, which is gone through the Leeds Bradford area just a short time ago. It's run through. Let's run through that. So you can see a few light strikes coming from that.
There was quite a few actually. I looked on the Lightning app on Android that I've got, and that was showing quite a lot. I'll look currently. I can do that across. That'd be good. Lightning. Yeah, it's kind of fizzled out now. It's past Leeds. But earlier, yeah, as soon as it come over the Pennines, it really went for it. I've actually got that video ready. If you want me to play it, Michael.
Yeah, just one moment. It was the comment we had was the comment we got is how can we hop on YouTube instead of Facebook? If you just go type in WeatherFans, we should automatically come up onto YouTube.
Yep.
I'm actually dual streaming both on Facebook and onto YouTube.
Yeah, so whichever's easiest for yourself.
Yeah.
It'd be good to get a few more people onto the YouTube so we can get what they call it, subscribers up. That's the word.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just going to make sure this video.
Rachel's actually Lichfield way, so you've literally just up the road from me because I'm in nearby Tamworth, so I'm just down the road from you.
Yeah, and I used to live around that neck of the woods as well many moons ago. So yes, yeah, that thunderstorm's faded out now. It's complete. I think as soon as it passed Bradford and Leeds, it got its energy from there. This is what we were talking about on the earlier stream this morning. This afternoon.
Have the locals dropped the storm?
Sorry. Yeah, like I said, someone from near, I think he's from Tingley or somewhere around that area, around the M62 corridor anyway, just to the south of Leeds, between Leeds and Wakefield anyway, as you can see on that map. They got a lightning. So I'm just going to share it to you.
I know this person is, evening, Michael. This is actually Jer. G-E-R, Jer. I think I've got saying your name correctly. I've known him for quite a few times. I've actually met him many years ago over the Big Jet TV fans forum back many years ago. Actually, saying that, I'd actually seen the clip from Big Jet TV of that plane trying to land at Heathrow a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I've seen it online and on YouTube. Pretty crazy.
I have met actually. I was actually part of Big Jet TV back in the early days when there was two of them doing it. I met him a couple of times at Birmingham.
Very nice. So yeah, is that where it is there where Michael? Just come
what
through.
We're doing?
Just as it as it comes through between Leeds and Wakefield, you can see it there. Look where it's red. That was the thunderstorm that had been sent by Andy, who's part of the radio club at East Ardsley, where I go to. I have shared it to you, but at the moment there's not much else going on.
There's a few shows around, but that seems to be was the most intense one. Saying that, there's a little feature going through off the southeast coast there.
It does.
Let's pop over to Ireland. So I've got my friend there from some Ireland watching.
Cool.
Again, there's a few heavy showers across Ireland at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like what we've seen last night. That was a somewhat extraordinary. Really. Just bear with me a second. I don't know why I'm seem to be lagging slightly, even though I'm connected to the internet by a wire. So I used to have connection problems in the past. I thought with this wire, it should stop it, but getting a bit of lagging for some reason.
It could be the weather. How many people are online, stuff like that. Could even be the server.
Possibly.
Who knows?
I hope I meet you again in 2024, Michael. I'd love to meet you for the first time, to be honest, Jer. But we'll definitely try and arrange something during this year if we can, my friend.
Yeah.
Jer's, as I mentioned, Jer's actually from Southeast Ireland, so it wasn't too. I don't think it was too far from where it happened.
It was around Waterford, wasn't it, where that storm kicked off?
Yeah, where that storm kicked off, it came up clips of the southeast coast here, came up through this line here, part through north West Wales. Then, as we've seen the video from Gordon up through here. So let's go and show your.
Yes, the video. Bear with me a second, right? Oh, sorry, I was just having a mosey over into the thing. So yeah, this is from around about the between Wakefield and Leeds. He's one of the members of East Ardsley Radio Society, called Andy with an I. I'll just share this.
Oh, have you not got two eyes?
There we go. Just missed the thunder on that one.
I can actually see like the hail falling there, actually.
Yeah. Have a look.
So a nice bit of light in there.
Yeah, just missed the thingy. I'll just unshare that now. There we go, back to us. So yeah, that's what's just happened over Yorkshire.
Yeah.
She's just my luck.
You was actually living around that neck of the woods for a
while.
Yeah,
it's my neck of the woods, that is. But I've moved. But who knows? Who knows in future? But yeah. Over to the potential. There we go. Look, you can see we're on WeatherFans.
Oh, there's me. Hello. Yeah. So yeah, well, onto the WeatherFans page here. Just to let you know, Gordon has posted his blog from last night. So obviously on the WeatherFans community page, on the featured, we've shown you like when he did his live on his YouTube channel. He's now got his video up from that little vlog. It's about 6 or 7 minutes, so feel free to watch.
Yeah, very, live. Very, very candid, isn't it? It's very personal, candid. You know, it's off the cuff kind of thing. It's not produced.
No, it was just like it was just came that quickly and unexpectedly for us. Like, we actually went out onto Liverpool Promenade and actually caught some of this.
Don't you mean on Thingy Prom, Blackpool?
Yes.
Oh, we're up to 2,000 members.
Oh yes. So this is one of the shots taken from that live last night. So that you see on this video, you can see this lightning bolt. But if we actually click into this video here, let me just turn the volume on. We can see a clip from last night.
All of Gordon's when that
I'm nestled right in the corner of a little shelter on the promenade here. I do it to film the rain or the thunder. Oh my God! Holy shit! Oh my God!
Great, understand that.
Holy shit! This has got to be a squall line. The wind is ferocious. I've never seen anything like it. Holy crap! This is going to cause problems. Is this a tornado or what? What's going on? Oh my God! Holy shit! Well, this is really severe wind. What on earth was that about? Whoa! What was that about?
So yeah, that was Gordon last night.
Yep, I've actually just pulled up the thing while we're watching that on the Toro forum regarding what happened in Stalybridge. I'm just going to share that now. So, do you want to do a little bit before it?
Now, is it the official Toro? What's name is it you got? Sorry.
It's the forum, yeah. It's the official forum.
Have
so
you?
the one that we were looking at earlier.
Yeah, what I'll do in a second is I'll share the official Toro from earlier on this afternoon confirmation.
Yeah. So
I'm just going to find out why you do that.
Yeah, as Gordon was saying, the winds were severe there in Blackpool. 71 mile an hour was recorded at Squires Gate, which was just a little up the road from where Gordon was filming that. So roughly where he was during that brief minute or two of squally winds. 67 at Crosby, 76 at RF Valley in Anglesey, 85 in Capel Curig, and 87 on Anglesey at a place called Mona. And high-res modelling had indicated up to 90 mile an hour in the most intense corridors. So there's a lot on here around this that happened in Stalybridge yesterday night, around about 11 o'clock. So not long after that squall had passed through Blackpool and Crosby and all that, there was a little feature started I think it was just to the east of Liverpool, probably. It kind of in an association with that. At the time, we were looking at the radar and we could see that there was little strikes going off in various different places away from that main feature. And it was like that squall was trying to find somewhere else to park, somewhere else to get its energy from, because it was feeding, it was recycling. And then it just kicked off over Manchester again. And yeah, this is one of the things that happened over there. And this was from UK Severe Weather and Storm Updates on Facebook, saying potential tornado ? In Stalybridge near Manchester, trees down, accidents, sirens going off, the loudest wind I've heard in my life. Same claims a town over in Dunkinfield, weapons of flying, trees went down, as you can see there. If I go back, I think Michael's got the official thing, but I've got some pictures that Toro, one of the Toro contributors, that's been down there today to, as you can see there, a provisional T5 rating, and they reckon a definite tornado. So these are pictures live from today over in Stalybridge. So there's one.
Look at that. Take off the brickwork as well on the roof. Yeah, it's just incredible.
That's one of the reasons why it's been given a provisional T5 rating. It could be a T6, which would bring it on a par with the one in Jersey during Storm Kieran.
Yeah, I think that was a T5/6 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is very close. I'd say pretty much same kind of scenario. Tight gradient, warming during the day and stuff like that, and cooling the night. As you can see there, a lot more devastation. And there's the path. So we just can see there in Stalybridge, it looks like it's gone up this road. It's the B6175 out of Stalybridge, and there's the A635 going towards Hayrod and that going through Copley. So it looks like it's hit in the middle of Stalybridge and also up here towards Millbrook, Stalybridge Country Park kind of area. A lot of the areas that person couldn't get to. It does say in one of the reports, as you can see, a lot more stuff. There we go. So that was from Sky, I believe. But this is the last time we had more than one T5 plus in a year was 1982, as you can see there by Peter Kirk. Dan Holier is one of the Toro staff, as you can see there. He's, one of the big wigs are down there at Toro. and asks Peter Kirk, and he reckons 1982. So could Leitrim Village, that's the one in Ireland, is in Carlow or somewhere like that. They also had a tornado, I think it was between, I think it was towards the 12th or something. It is on the forum. It's great for context how remarkable this season has been. It's very backloaded this year in terms of action, because we had a really, really quiet beginning with that high pressure. And then we had a mediocre middle with the thunderstorms. They weren't as big as expected. And then, we've had 6 storms. Hang on. Yeah, we've had 6 storms now, plus the 2 we had in August.
That's correct, yes.
So we've had 10 named storms in how many months? From August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. We've had 10 named storms.
And also we had one last week, which was named by the Danish Met as well, which didn't really affect us that much, but
so still affected us, for example, culprit.
Shall I bring up the official from Toro then off their Facebook page?
Yeah, sure. Be interesting to bring the T-scale up as well. I'm just going to try and find that for context.
So this is confirmation just from 4 hours ago from Toro, the Facebook page. Following a site investigation, Toro have confirmed that Staley Bridge in Greater Manchester was hit by a tornado late on Wednesday, the 27th of December, with a provisional maximum damage rating of a T5. So that has been confirmed by Toro itself. So these, obviously, the pictures.
Yeah, it would. I'd say T5/T6.
Yeah, so obviously these are the images we've already seen, and to put that into context, the T scale from Toro, T5 to T6.
Have you got the T scale?
Yeah. So T5, we're looking at winds. It's an intense tornado of 137 to 160 miles an hour.
I was going to say, it's not on your screen at the moment.
It is now.
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
There we go, guys.
Because of the T5, an intense tornado with wind speeds of 137 to 160 miles an hour. And for what's the one I'm trying to find there? The description of damage. So the description of damage is like heavy motor vehicles, 4x4, 4-ton trucks, levitated, that's the word. Wall plates, entire roofs, and several rows of bricks on top of roofs removed. We've actually seen confirmation of that. Items sucked out from inside of the house, including partition walls and furniture. Older wicker buildings collapsed completely, and utility poles snapped. So we are looking for that tornado of 137 to 160 miles an hour.
I mean, there is a possibility it could be a T6 if they can get some more pictures. Yeah. Which is strongly built houses suffer major damage and are demolished completely, which is what we saw in Jersey. Bricks and blocks become dangerous airborne debris. National grid pylons are damaged or twisted. Exceptional or unusual damage found, e.g. objects, embedded, small structures, inside out and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, T5, I would say, borderline T6, I would say as well. Earlier on, I was saying earlier on, I thought it was a squall, but obviously I'm not there, so
yeah.
I mean, I've seen a tornado. I'm going to keep bragging on about it from the summer when that wall cloud over Manchester again. Manchester seems to be a real hotbed at the moment for like naughty weather, so to speak. There is somewhere on that website, Michael, a heat plot where the most tornadoes have happened over the last few years. I'm just going to have a look myself off while I'm on the website. I saw it earlier when I was like having a quick nosy through. It also shows you where they have happened as well. Extremes. Go there. So I go.
If you could find it, if you could.
Tornadoes. I'm just having a look through now, mate. Just bear with me a second.
No worries.
Go to
Sorry, I'm
research.
just looking. Oh, what's his name?
Who are we on about?
That's the thing. I can't remember his name. You actually showed the.
Right. I've got it, Michael. If you want to share it back to me, mate.
Yeah, I know. I'll try to find who I'm looking for.
There we go. There's the heat
on
map.
Screen.
Brilliant. Yes. So it says on average, obviously, 36.5 tornadoes. Call it 37 for argument's sake. Are reported each year in the United Kingdom. The average is based on the 81 to 2010 climatological period, though in reality, yearly figures vary dramatically from year to year. And you can see Manchester, like between Liverpool and Manchester, does get them. They get about between 3 and 4% of all tornadoes. But if you go down towards London, obviously more heat. You got the Channel as well. It looks like the M3 corridor, possibly. The A34. You're looking at possibly more than 6% of reported tornadoes, or probability, should I say, as it says there, probability of a tornado occurring in a 10-kilometre grid box across the British Isles per year using the 15-day temporal and 50-kilometre spatial smoothing parameter. Big words.
Yeah.
But as you can see there, London, East Anglia, to the west of Birmingham, so like the M6, M5 corridor, and then all the way up through the Cheshire Gap, really, and up in towards Fylde Coast, up into Lancaster. That seems to be a hotbed as well.
Jesus Christ.
What's that?
Sorry, just a big bang above my head.
All right.
Just bear me a second, just want to make sure everything's all right.
Yeah, no worries. I'll cover. So, yeah, I'll look through. So, global context. Our scale is different to Americans who have the Fujita scale. We have the Toro scale. Tornadoes of North America and Europe are studied the most. USA and Europe, 2 tornado wind scales have come into use. National Decimal T scale, which ranges from 0 to 9. There's a simple development of the 200-year-old Beaufort scale. And there is the American F scale with a short span of 0 to 5. In the severest tornadoes, wind speeds have been known to approach 130 meters a second or 300 mile an hour. Strongest tornadoes for the US and for Europe are T10 or F5 on these scales. Tornado tracks commonly range from a few dozen to a few hundred meters in diameter and can be up to 5 or more kilometers wide. Obviously, that one in Stalybridge last night was very isolated, and that's where the T5 rating also come from, because it's a very narrow path. It's very focused. Lengths of tornado tracks exceeding 100 kilometers are known, especially in the US. Saying that, there was one, I believe it was either last year or the year before, if anyone remembers. Just having a look, that's the T scale. No, there is something here because I've seen it. I have to go back actually. It's got obviously whirlwinds, all that kind of malarkey. That's Toro. Worth a read if you're really interested in the weather stuff. Am I right that equates to around an EF3? Yes. it's borderline. If you think of it as every 2 T scales is a 1 in F in the Fujita scale, if you look at it like that. Also, I saw a picture of a solid brick wall completely destroyed. Insane for the UK in December. Yeah, exactly. As I was showing there on the Toro forum, one of their community members has been down to Staley Bridge today and taken photos of that stuff. Lightning in Molten. So yeah, there's quite a lot of naughty stuff going on at the moment.
I've actually got the radar, which is from Simon Keeling from Weather School. I'll put it on the screen now of the
I'm going to
radar
stop
from
sharing
last
anyway.
night. So I should be playing right now.
Yep.
This was the radar from last night. It's trying to slow it.
There, round about there. If you can zoom it in. It was.
I don't think I can now. Obviously, it's a very quick video clip.
I'm going to see. I'm going to go back on the forum because there was actually a picture, wasn't there, of the radar, the focused radar. Anyway, if you remember.
So yes, can I bring that? Can I enlarge that? Has that gone large on the screen?
Bear with me a second. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit bigger than it was.
So yes, is this area here which caused the tornado? So you can see this little arm of this intense rain. This is where the tornado was reported. And can I bring that? And the frame was the frame too quick. No, I think the frame's too quick.
Yeah, it's jumping too many frames at a time. But yeah, as you can see there, that there isn't, like, it starts to rotate as well a little bit and turns itself into a low pressure system, which is kind of mesoscale really, but as soon as it crosses the Pennines, it just died out. Well, it looks like it tries to turn meso there. You know, with
also,
that
what we're seeing now
rotation.
is actually another score line affected parts of Nottinghamshire as well. Look at the very bottom. Look at the bottom of the screen, and you get another one coming through towards the East Midlands there.
Yep.
I was unaware of that because by then I was fast asleep.
He was pushing out the Zeds, bless him. He had stuff to do today.
I had actually had work yesterday morning, so I was been up since like 4 o'clock, and I was absolutely shattered.
Cream crackered.
Ah, yes. So yeah, that's from the radar from Simon Keeling from the Weather School of that radar from last night. So let's stop sharing that tab. Am I back on the screen? Unfortunately, I am. Hello.
Yeah, you are. I'm just having a read through. Yeah, it was apparently they had everything up there at up in Wakefield. So yeah, it crazy. Right. So I think we've covered everything when it comes to that tornado. It does seem to form a nice hook just before it died out. Yes, it was, like I said, try to go into a low pressure system like mesoscale, wasn't it? It was rotating on itself. But like I said, as soon as it crossed the Pennines, it just cracked. You know, I had it up here in the northeast. And
yeah, that's Michelle. I've just gone onto the Facebook. That's Michelle. That's
all right. Yes. So, shall we go into what potentially may be happening in the new year?
We can have a look. We can have a look at the latest on the forecast.
Yeah.
Potential for New Year's Eve.
Yes. Do you want to go into the GFS and?
Yeah, I'll just show you. I was just bring up backup Windy so we can have a. Oh, hang on a second. Have I? Where's my tab gone?
To be fair,
Oh,
ever
that's why.
since everything dies over the Pennines, the storm that just went across from Lancashire into Yorkshire actually pepped up. So it's very rare.
So, let's have a.
It's actually a good website, this is as well, Rachel. It's very comprehensive.
Yeah, so that's windy. So the next area of low pressure to come in is, I believe, what's sat across here. So if I run this sequence here, and what you'll see in the next 24 to 48 hours, that's the system actually develops and starts to head towards us. This storm has not been named as yet. If it does, my suspicion will be that Met Air will name it, because if you look at the wind gust affecting parts of southwestern Ireland there, I reckon wind gusts will be 70 to 80 miles an hour. Even on this, it seems like it's updated a bit, even potential for the English Channel there to get a bit of a battering there through into New Year's Eve. So that's something we need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, like I
and
say,
see if the GFS models actually confirm.
Yeah, there's potential for that to be Storm Henk. That's HENK. That's the next named storm in the itinerary, so to speak. But yeah, there was, like I was saying on the earlier stream this afternoon when we were on just, randomly, there is a potential for a snow event early next week. I've not looked at any of the charts, to be honest. This is what I've heard off the 10-day trend as when Henk moves out, potential Henk, should I say, potential storm. Once that moves out and drags in the colder air, there's another one that's supposed to come up from the south, which could be the one down there. So, yeah. Hold on. Michael, have you been looking for your weekend out again?
Sorry?
Look on the left-hand side, mate. You'll know what I'm on about.
It looks like a weird night out, doesn't it?
I was going to say, have you been looking out for your nights out again? Diggers, bras.
There we are. That's sorted out.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Google Ads. All right. Yes.
So yeah, this is from Sat24. Something about an update recently. Sat24. This is the UK. Obviously, looking down at the UK with the radar and the satellite imagery. The pinks and purples are the snow falling over the Highlands. And the visible satellite is going to be like that because it's nighttime. The infrared. So this is like that's the thunderstorm that affected parts of Bradford earlier on. So yeah, that'll be the case. There's some of the lightning strikes coming across there. Also, on the back end of that.
Yeah, my tablet weather app says snowfall Saturday. My area, but I think it will be snowy, rainy weather. It's very borderline. It could be sleety weather.
Would you want me to bring up the latest?
I was going to say, yeah, if we bring up the latest GFS, and we'll have a nosy at that and see what that says.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring that chart down now and bring the screen share. So let's have a look at the surface low pressure. Show the tab. So this is the current. I've got. Is that showing at the minute?
It is, yes.
Yeah. So obviously, this is what we're under at the moment. It's this area of low pressure to south of Greenland. It's expected to dip, then come back from the southwest. Actually, it looks like ahead of that, it's like another little area of pressure.
I think that's the remnants of Garrett.
So that intensifies, becomes a mature feature, I believe, as it before hits Ireland. And it doesn't move that fast, actually.
No, it seems to fill over, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just seems to stall a bit. I don't know if it's coming into this little area of high pressure here and getting deflected. So what does this? So let's have a look. See what this latest run does. Spins up more little areas of low pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the wind seems to be coming like a returning up northerly, so it's coming from the back. But as you can see there, it starts to come in from the north, and then
And this has got high pressure building up towards the east of Iceland.
Yes, they did mention that in the 10-day trend. Actually, there was going to be either a negative NAO, which that does show, or a Scandi.
Yeah, that didn't show on the 6 o'clock run earlier on today. That has high pressure sat over us. And that turns the winds into an easterly. So we have a look at the upper air temperatures in a second. And as our friend Gav says, if you want any cold air to come into the UK, you need to get the height out of Iberia. And this is exactly what's happened. You've got an area of low pressure sat to the literally off the coast of Iberia, just there.
Yep.
So that's right at the end of the run. Let's bring up the upper air temperatures. Because earlier on the 6 o'clock run this morning, this wasn't showing any cold air at all. It just kept it mild. But the previous run did bring a bit of cooler air in. So currently the models are chopping and changing between cold and mild. So let's have a look. So obviously coming into New Year's Eve under relatively mild air with these levels of low pressure coming through, trying to bring some milder air in. Then as we head into the end of the first week of January, we get the heights building up towards our north. And there's that high pressure building. Brings in not, I would say, severe colder air of late. So winds turn to a northeasterly, but there's not much. There's lots of warm air actually trapped up to the north of it, isn't there? Looking at this.
Yeah, it's locked in.
But looking at that, we've got the cold air coming round the back end of this over towards Eastern Europe. So would it actually come into a easterly towards the end of this run? Do we start tapping into some of this cold air?
Oh, it's flooding out.
It's pushing south towards Eastern Europe, but
yeah, that could all change.
So we're keeping it under relatively, I wouldn't say cold, not really cold air, really. Seems to be a warm air aloft, so we could be expecting a lot of
could be a bit of an inversion.
Yeah.
Could be a bit of an inversion where that cold air gets pulled down underneath the warm air. And the cold air
Let's have a look at the wind speeds, actually, wind gusts, especially as you head up to New Year's Day. So let's have a look at the UK wind gust. So obviously it's been quite breezy, especially towards Manchester this morning. But yeah, it's been quite breezy today. It expects to calm down during tomorrow. And we'll start seeing other area of low pressure start moving from the west. Potentially a cold front coming through, maybe a bit squally. And the winds, actually, looking at that, the wind speed is not as severe than maybe what was forecast earlier on in the last few days. So gusting over to 50, 60 mile an hour. So if that was the case, the storm would not be named by the Irish or the UK Met.
I think it might get named for when the main feature goes through because it looks squally. And obviously people are going to be out on New Year's Eve for celebrations and whatnot. So that's what makes me think it'll be named.
But we're looking at the charts earlier on from last night and this morning. I think, yeah, this could be named, but it seems like it's been downloaded.
Is the law that I think the Met Office were on about. And then obviously northerlies, easterlies. That's when high pressure takes over.
Yeah.
You can see some mini lows there forming in the thing. Could get some streamers there. With that.
So let's have a look at the precipitation type. Obviously, this is low resolution, so don't take it literally. So let's flick through into New Year. So there's that bout of rain coming through. There's the cold front here, which potentially could have some squally winds. That moves it through quite quickly into New Year's Eve. Next bout of rain comes through to perhaps turn potentially wintry over the high ground of northern England to Scotland. Another bout of rain there, perhaps showing a bit of sleetiness over the Welsh mountains. Obviously, we're going into the unreliable time frame, but do these easterly winds, northeasterly winds, drag any cold precipitation in? Potential there in nearby Europe, maybe down the southeast there. With this wind coming up from the North Sea, might bring some showers into the east coast there. Nothing too significant. No, nothing showing of snow-wise through that period. Shall we take a look at the Strat actually while I'm here?
Yeah, we'll have a look at the Strat and we can start winding down then, because there's not much really to go on.
So this is looking down at 30 HBA. There's the level closer to the troposphere where our weather takes place. What we're looking for is the warming over the North Pole, and the polar vortex here shown in the blue. As our mate Gav says, if you wanted a prolonged reversal of the zone of winds, you could do the PV splitting.
Yes.
And also as well, warming, we're looking at anything deeper than the orange is really getting into the North Pole, which is roughly around about here.
Mm-hmm.
If we can switch the winds reverse the zone of winds, then there's more potential of that cold air coming out of the Arctic as the winds then in the troposphere reverse it to an easterly. And obviously, with our weather, if the winds reverse to an east at this time of year, could signal some wintry weather, but it's where the blocking takes place, where if we're on the cold or the warm side of this blocking, which over the North Pole, if we do see any cold air. So a lot of factors got to take place for this to happen if we want cold air. So we can see in the warming now into New Year's Eve, we're really seeing those deep oranges coming in, and it's really putting pressure on the PV as it gets closer to the North Pole. So does this split the vortex, or does it just displaces it? So you definitely see that warm air coming into the pole there. And it's really giving it a good squeeze. Is it going to split? This latest run doesn't look like it's going to split it, but more displaces it. Yeah, we're looking at displacement here, saying it's really trying to have a go at splitting the PV at 30 HB on this run. If we go back to this morning's run, I think it was a bit different compared to what's showing there. So let's bring that forward to New Year's. So you can see that warming again, which was shown this morning. So that warm air does get into the pole there. it's really putting pressure on that PV. Sends the PV more or less towards our shores. It seems like it's shrinking the PV. Actually, looking at that,
It's like extending it out more than anything. I think it's stretching it.
elongating it. We've got the blocking up here, but still got. So it's not splitting the PV, which is what you need if you want sustained.
It's more of a displacement. We could do with that secondary warming to split it. Ideally, if it's just a single warming, then I think it'll most likely just displace it, whereas a second warming would possibly split it then. Because it's already weakened it, so it's easier for it to split it.
But as mentioned in the earlier live this afternoon, this PV is not as strong as it normally is this time of year. Normally, we get this blue right around the top here.
Yeah, really intense blue as well, like your -80s, 85s.
Yeah, we're looking at these depths, but it has not really been the case this winter.
No.
This colour here will usually be more widespread across the North Pole, from the top of the pole, but it hasn't really happened this year.
No, it's not been locked in, has it? It's been quite wobbly. That might explain why China's been having such a cold spell recently. I've seen it on YouTube and also just been looking at it on here as well while you've been talking. They've had temperatures of -47.
Blimey.
-47. Like Christ. And we thought it was bad when we had beasts from the east in 2010. So December, remember? Now
Also in the last week or two, we've actually had this bit of displacement really where we've had this coldest of the PV set across the top of the UK, and this is why we've been getting these stratospheric clouds above the UK with these almost like oil puddle type colours, what we've been seeing spotted across the UK in the past week or so, is because we've got these really low temperatures above the UK. It's just slightly shifted over towards Scandi. But with that high, some models are suggesting of a blocking around the UK in the next week or so. That could be a response to the shift of this PV towards our shores, and the troposphere are responding to that displacement, shall we say, of the colder air. So that's something we'll definitely need to keep an eye on the next week or two.
Indeed.
So let's have a look at the comments. What's that from Rachel? I find that different apps and websites say different things. That's regarding like the snowy potential weather.
Yeah, it's whatever they really go on. Some go off GFS, some go off the ECM, some go off UKV or UK Met. Some just chuck them all in a pot and pick out one. Daily Express. 100 days of cold. Sorry, Tourette's.
Well, I think it might have been yesterday on the way home from work. On their front cover of the Daily Star yesterday was battered Britain, 5 New Year storms, country facing back-to-back Atlantic howlers 2024 begins. I'd love to see where they're getting that information from.
I would think it's from that person who shan't be named. That's not exactly liked in the weather community.
Oh, I can't show you because I've got my background on. I'm trying to show you my phone here.
Hang on,
no, it's not showing.
Yeah, as I was saying, what's his? I don't even want to say his name because it's like saying the devil name, isn't it?
It's like saying Macbeth.
Yeah, that's the one. Or saying Beetlejuice. If people know, it's like summoning. Yeah, the Daily Express and the Daily Star and the Current Bun and all them love to use that person's forecasting, which is atrocious to say the least. I don't think he's ever got it right once. Anyway, I'm not going to slander people. I'll not mention no name. So, yes, carry on, Michael.
No, that's all right. I'm just... I'll just have a look at the latest radar.
Yeah, we'll look at that and wind it down.
Yeah.
until next Sunday. Not Sunday coming, but the Sunday after.
Yeah, as I said, we normally do lives on a Sunday, but being New Year's Eve this year, we thought we'd just do it a couple of days early, as we did the live last Thursday as well with Gav.
I was just thinking,
I think Gav's feeling, not putting I think Gav's feeling a bit under the weather. So if it does watch back or is watching in the background, hope you feel a bit better soon, Gav.
Yes, indeed. I was going to say, if anything happens in the meantime, we might go live, just like spontaneously, like we did this afternoon with the thunderstorms.
It was just how this afternoon just panned out. Obviously, it was actually my day off today, and I was at the weather window with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
The weather window is actually in my daughter's room, so I was up there while my partner was sorting a few bits out down here. So while I was keeping her occupied up there, I thought, you know what, there's a few things over the weather. Let's just do an impromptu live.
Exactly. So yeah, keep an eye out. We might do an impromptu live at any point if the weather becomes severe enough. Anyway, Michael, back to you, bud.
No, carry on. If you want to carry on chatting and
well, I was
from moments while
start
I just
winding up. Like, I don't think there's much more happening really. There's that bit of rain across northwest England, but further south it just looks meh.
You know what? I've just suddenly thought of something. Let me just go into a group which
it's going to infiltrate a group, everyone.
Now, news from Australia, but they've actually had some big storms. Yes. I'm just going to get their site up, actually. They've had some huge storms over there in Eastern Australia. Some incredible images coming out of there. So I'm just going to their photos. Let's share this tab. So I've known this group for a while. Higgins Storm Chase, I think they are. Let me just confirm. Yeah, Higgins Storm Chase, and they're based around about around the Brisbane area. So let me just go some of these photos. So yeah, not for media use, content available for licensing. Okay, so that's one of the thunderstorms that affected parts of Australia.
I was going to say that's some weather P word. That's filth. Oh, look at that. Off. I made it. Just leave that on screen. I need 10 minutes with it.
After the show.
Sorry, guys. I'm going. It's gone past 9 o'clock now, so I don't care.
Just so look.
There's on that. Wow.
Look at that. Unfortunately, I think a bit of I think some lives may have been lost during these storms. Actually, on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and I actually left a comment saying, as much as we love these storms, we do actually hate it when it does affect people's livelihoods and lives. But some of the thunderstorms coming out of Eastern Australia recently, that's hail there.
Yep, blooming heck.
I did see footage of that's a nice image of
thunderball. Or is it a lightning ball? It's got like two things. Wow, that's a down. That looks like a cloudburst.
Massive wall cloud on the supercell near Wowan, central Queensland.
I'll say it looks like a punch hole, like foot cloudburst. There we go. My
incredible hail caused seen on supercell impacted Port Macquarie. Large hail reported. Giant stones were also observed. Hailstones were size of oranges, were that large. Oh, look at that!
Oof. Right. See if I can. I've got my photo of my shelf cloud, and I'm going to keep banging on about it. from July when I was
there's one a 5 centimetre hail observed in Scarborough. not in the UK, in Australia with supercell this
I was going to
afternoon.
say Barbados, really? Really? In Barbados?
Unfortunately, some of the damage from the storms have ripped off. That unfortunately, that was a roof off a school actually. And again, some incredible images coming out of there.
I was going to say, before we wrap up, Michael, what's been your weather highlight for this year? Wow, look at that. Jeez.
So incredible structure on the supercell with Barber Pole updraft near Beerburrum in southeast Queensland that was sent into by Claire E from the Higgins storm chasing.
That's got some serious rotation in it.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of heat down there.
Actually, you can actually see I actually did comment on it. You can see it on the right hand side. Amazing structure. Wish we can get these in the UK. I hope you're the great person on behalf of the WeatherFans page. And there was actually through these comments where it turns out that it's not actually on that section there. Unfortunately, that's caused some devastation. Another image there. This was, I think, from Christmas Day.
Brisbane.
So looking back over Brisbane with a rotating storm possible to develop in supercell.
Yeah.
So it says some incredible footage coming out of Australia over Christmas.
Ipswich. I've got my picture of the wall cloud. Oh, I was going to say, what's been your weather highlight for this year then? As this is last 2023.
I would have to go back to when we did our dual lives from when I was here in the studio or my kitchen at the time, where you and Liz were out about storm chasing.
Yes.
And it was a bit later in the afternoon where you both had your, like I say, you had your storms, and was watching this cell come up from the southwest of Birmingham. Then as it got closer, obviously then I had sight of it, and I actually then turned it on to my phone for doing like a live stream on StreamYard, and I was outside in the garden filming, and as it approached, you can just see the whole cloud, the bit of rotation as it came over, more or less overhead, really. The wind gust as well was incredible. So there might have been a bit of rotation from that storm, which I have to look back on, find. But that was incredible to see that almost like rotating right above me.
Yeah, I haven't got a picture of the one where it started rotating. I've got the video, but I haven't brought it across. But I have got the picture.
Sorry, how's that for hailstones?
Yeah. Jesus. I wouldn't like to get hit on the head with one of them. It might knock some sense into
a cricket bat, wouldn't you?
I want to say it might knock some sense in. Bloody hell.
So some serious hail there.
Yeah. Before we go, I'll just get ready to share this with you once you've gone through all them.
I'll share a few more. Say some of the. So this is from Boxdown. Unfortunately, it says some really major damage has been caused with these storms.
That'll have been caused by the shelf collapsing or the back edge.
With these severe storms, they can really give you a very strong straight line and wind speeds.
Straight line winds,
the frame was actually bent in half there, look.
Christ. Yeah, that's nutty, that is.
Just shows you how devastating these storms can be. Look at that.
I know.
So there's just so much beautiful cloud formations off these.
Indeed. Very shelf cloudy. Ooh, spiky.
Yeah. How's that?
Oh my days. That's the barbershop one, isn't it? They were on about.
ridiculous supercell structure with a textbook barber pole updraft near Evans Head, northeast New South Wales. The storm was still impacting coastal areas near Woodburn and Evans Head with destructive winds and giant hail. That was like from 3 or 4 days ago. So that might have been on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
But if you went out and seen that, your jaw would just bounce off the floor and back into your facial features straight away.
As someone said to me earlier, they're like, "How can you go storm chasing?" I'd run the opposite way. I go, no, I go the other way. I go into them.
Oh my days! Look at that.
So look, let me just cancel that a minute. Wowzers, mental.
It just shows you how beautiful Mother Nature can be. But as I mentioned, when it starts affecting people's lives and like properties and whatnot, we just don't like that at all.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that. We wish.
It's some of there, but look at that after a hailstorm. So yeah, that's our friends from
down under.
heading storm chasing on the east coast of Australia.
I'm just going to share this last picture with you. From this is my highlight of the year. Hang on, why is it stopped? There we go. So this was from my storm chase. I was storm chasing. This is what Michael was on about earlier when me and Liz were out, and Gordon was also out in Blackpool. I'd done a storm chase over at Southport, and then I was coming back home, back over the Pennines, and I noticed like it didn't feel right, and I stopped at Windy Hill. And then I just took one look to the right, and there that was. And I was like, holy, you know what? And then realised what it was and headed into it. And
Hello? Paul? I think we may have lost Paul's sound again. We had issues with that this afternoon. Hello, Paul, can you hear me? No, he's gone.
It's back.
Oh, no, you're there.
I think it spazzed out or something. As I was saying, yeah, it was my highlight. You and Liz like brought me in on live, and the adrenaline was still pumping.
Yes.
And I've got the pictures of the tornado in inverted commas, which we think it was a tornado. We've looked back. We believe it's a tornado. It is on my YouTube channel, Weather Paul, on YouTube. Go have a look at it there, guys. That's my highlight of the year anyway. Seeing that wall cloud and then watching it collapse and turn into a tornado. Wow. So
I say it's just it all seems to happen on the same day, but summer overall was a bit of a dull occasion.
That was like the peak. That was the peak of summer. That was around early July, late June, early July.
Yeah, we had a beautiful June, one of our hottest Junes for many years. Then July, August just went into a damp squib. Then September, we had the longest consecutive temperature above 30 degrees ever in September.
Yes, 7 days.
Then it just kind of went stormy from October onwards.
Yeah, we had. I think they said there was 5 days in June where it was above 30, which was.
I think it actually was up to 7. I think it was actually 7 days. I think the road record was 5, and we surpassed.
Yeah, it was for September. It was for September, and then it went to 7, didn't it?
Also, the hottest temperature of the year was actually recorded in September as well, which, from what I heard, has only happened on 6 previous occasions.
Yeah, it's very rare. Yeah, summer, it's been very, like, bookmarked as the summer and then autumn and then winter. Winter hasn't really even arrived yet. We had that one cold spell early in December, but...
Yeah, end of November, start of December, then just gone back to how it's been all bloody autumn, really.
Yeah, so I think in 2024 with this El Nino is going to be very interesting to see what happens. early on.
And with this potential sudden stratospheric warming, which obviously we're keeping an eye on, it'd be interesting to see what happens in the second half of this winter. Me personally, I reckon from late June into February, I think we're going to be under a bit of a drier
when the
and much
weather
colder spell. Not because it's winter, but I think more cold than we've seen for quite a few years.
I think a lot of people have been saying it's going to be very middle of the winter, towards the back end. Even Gav was saying when he was on stream the other week, last week, that it may be a back-ended winter. There's a lot of indicators, so interesting.
Possibility, I think spring could be starting a bit later.
Yeah, I think we're overdue that. Right, I think we'll call that a night, mate. And thank you. I think we'll.
And thank you all for watching this evening and throughout 2023.
Yep.
We'll be back on the first Sunday of 2024, which will be about the 6th or 7th.
I'm just going to have a look on my calendar now. Bear with me.
As we mentioned, if any significant weather event does take place, then no doubt we'll do an impromptu live in the evening time.
It'll be on the 7th, actually.
7th, yeah.
Yeah, Rachel's just said that. If Rachel's like me, her week's always start on a Sunday. It's just the way I am. And I was reading the 24-hour clock as well, but that's just me.
We're back at 2000 hours on the 7th of January, as mentioned. Unless any major events does take place, where we'll do an impromptu live.
Indeed.
So look out for posts on our Facebook page, WeatherFans, and just keep posting on there. And probably next time we do a live, we'll share some of the pictures if you send any in. Yeah.
Guys, from myself, from Michael, from Liz, and from Gordon as well, more than likely, thank you for your support during 23. It's been one of the best years I've had. In terms of like growth of this community. You know, I'm really proud to be part of this community and seeing it grow to 2,000 members. That's where we wanted to be when we had our little conversation at the beginning of the year. We were like, 2,000, we'd be happy with that. And thank you guys, you've got us there. Let's aim it for let's make a New Year's resolution. What would the ideal thing be for 24 for the group? Maybe
we're going to get. Obviously, it depends on Mother Nature and my working commitments as well. Because obviously, people that I'm not aware, I do a full-time job as well, which is why I always can't be on the screen and so forth. Yeah, but we'll do as much as we can in between, and we're going to start growing bigger. We're going to try and get more lives done, more this kind of interaction as well.
Crossovers.
We'll try and get more people to do lives with us, a bit of weather chats. We'd love to do more things with Gav's weather vids in the future. I think Gav will probably like that as well.
Yep.
So, and we'll try and get other people on as well.
Yeah,
to share their knowledge or to share their weather experience as well.
Yeah, we'll try and grow the group to at least 3,000, maybe.
Just keep sharing and do whatever you got to do. We're trying to bring the weather community together, try and get news from other areas.
Yeah, we're
not going to try and tread on other people's toes across the YouTube and Facebook pages. We're here just to bring everyone together and to share our love and passion for the weather.
That's what WeatherFans is about. To all the new people that have joined us, like all the ones from Gav's page, we, like Michael just said, we're not here to stamp on anyone's toes. We're just here to bring everyone together and share. We're not here to take over anyone's YouTube channel or outgrow them or out like that. We're just a friendly community of
if you can bring people in, for example, on a storm chase, if they want to come in, so we can bring people to them as well as if they come to us as well, we can show them out and about as well.
Yeah, exactly. We're always open.
Because
So,
with this StreamYard, it allows us the opportunity to bring people on stream when we need to, share the radars, as you've seen. It worked beautifully during the events that was discussing me and Paul just then about that day where all was well storm chasing, bringing them to the camera, what the latest is with the radars. But yeah, we'll definitely love to do more of that during this coming year.
Fingers crossed. So yeah, hopefully we'll be doing more collabs, more lives, like Michael said, more storm chasing if that allows us. If we've obviously got our lives away from WeatherFans as well. If that allows us, we'll be doing more of that. And yeah, guys, thanks for your support from everyone in the WeatherFans community. And we'll see you in 2024.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next year. So it's goodbye from him. Wrong side. Goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from him, and goodbye, everyone, and see you in 2024.
Take care, everybody. See you next year.
Bye.